But I mean, we should accept that the church of today is the church of extortion. That is how the church is operating today. I think I've made this point many times, and I've said that when you go out there ask people, why are you not going to church? If you hear what they'll tell you, you will see the reason why people don't go to church.
But they are not going to man, they are going to God's church.
So what? So in my house there's no God there. God is only in that building, and when I go I must listen to that man. That's not the issue here. We are talking about humanity here. When you look at the main churches, you even go to a Pentecostal, it's worst because people open their small business institution. Somebody is Papa and then
you cannot generalize.
No, I'm saying that in general, it is. See, this is reality. We are not. It's not like something that I'm concocting here. Where people have used the people's money and opened their schools for themselves. Most of the Pentecostal churches that you have around town, they have schools that they are owned by the pastor, by his name. His name is written there. He's owning it. He's having his cars. He's enjoying his life because of what? The tithe, the seed, the pastor, they clean the pastor's shoe, all of those things, all those kind of giving, selling of anointing oil, selling of anointing water, selling of anointing bangle, selling of anointing
and at times at exorbitant cost.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
You get small anointing oil, they say 20,000 francs,
and so on.
At times you book to
selling of handkerchiefs, tricots, here and there.
You book an appointment to see the man of God.
Today, if you have a problem, even for a man of God to pray for, you pay before. It's like it's a hospital where you are going. You pay before.
Well, some say it's consultation.
Consultation what? We're consulting you for what? Why are you even there? You consulted Jesus for how much that you are going to pray to him until you want people to consult and give you money. Does he give the money to God? Who is his power that is working, not his own? And that's why we question those powers. That it may not be God's power. Because you do not buy it with money. Nobody, you can't buy the power of God with money. Because it's about buying, then me and you will not even have access to God, because there are well-to-do people far away that will just go and block the gate and will not find a way to God. So we are saying that the church has become a church of extortion, a church that is just there to rig people of their money. And I've said it. The hand of God has never left heaven and come on earth and collected any money from this ground. So when you say giving to God, does God hand come and collect the money and go? We give money, you take our money and chop it and say we give it to God. What are you talking about? When we say giving it for the work of God, it's accepted, because the work we are doing is God that said we should do it. Go out and evangelize, do benevolence by helping widows, orphans, the less privileged. You talk about the issue of edification, because we may need to get Bibles, have a place where to worship, assist people who are in need, and all those things. Those are the things we take the money and use for ourselves. Do you think God in heaven need money? God does not need money. That's why we open a school. God does not come there to learn. It is for our children, it's for our loved ones, it is for us to go and use those things. Why on earth? Because after when we depart from this, you don't need those things. You don't need a hospital after you have died. You don't need a school. You don't need all of those things. But we are saying that these excesses in themselves are unacceptable in this modern time, when it's like the people have been brainwashed. They don't reason. And we must stand strong as.
So there's a saying that if you don't give, you will not be blessed.
It says who that you don't give by giving to him or giving to those who. Because the way to give to God today is that, see a woman who is suffering, give to her. Give to an orphan, give to a widow, support the less privileged. Today they tax people in church. Go and ask people who give harvest thanksgiving today. They stand and say, oh, this group they give people 5 million. Oh, this group 6 million. And they can tax a congregation up to about 20 million. And then they go to share it inside the church. When you do not meet the target, the pastor will be singing, meet your target. You have not met your target. And when they collect all this money through the country, what do they actually do with it? Because the church is only at the standpoint of collecting. And the worst of all is that there is no accountability for this money. Because Paul, I will be happy to give as a Christian. When it is being accountable, you give account every month that this is how money is being used. That's why I love my Ambe, the former moderator, who resigned, because that man was a very good man. It's just that people don't know. When you are not money minded, people will be looking. Just like we see when people are constructing here and there, people are saying that he's a developmental man of God. The question is that no development is for whose benefit? You go and develop yourself and we are clapping for you. It's only good if everything we do is for charity, is for humanity. Because Jesus did not come and make business, did he? Or did you hear that the apostles were doing any business? The Bible said that they were there doing their tent to survive. Offerings were being given and they used it to assist people. Did you hear that they went opening schools and they were proprietor? Have you ever asked that all the schools that the churches are having, the hospital that the churches are having, the benefit, because they are so expensive. Their schools are very expensive, hospitals are very expensive. They're having banks here, they're having press book, they're having press craft, they're having this here and there. Have you ever asked that the benefit that come out of this place? Think it is full swing business. Where does it go to? Have you ever asked that question? And these are things that we must interrogate. If I were the government of this country, we would have set up an editing firm that will be editing these churches and let jail some of these pastors for corruption and embezzlement of church money. Because when you want to say, they say, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm, and they'll start chatting you and quoting some funny passages of the Bible to hit themselves in this evil. And that is the reason why many people today are not going to church. Many people today, any pastor that comes and say, oh, that one too don't come for can't find money, because it is a tendency. People, when you rant around things are tough, you jump into Christianity, hold the Bible, start shouting, pay your tithe or less you will not be prospered. Pay your tithe, and the tithe goes to him, his pocket, and he's enjoying with his family, everything.
No, it goes to the development of
God's work. And do you not know that God's work means God's people? I've said that any money we are giving is for ourselves, meaning that if we are here, as we are in this radio, we are the church, it means that when we give that money is for ourselves, because God does not collect the money in heaven. If I take the money and chop a loan and tell you that it is God money, am I doing right? Selfish man chopping a loan and saying that God, you are calling God, is that what God said? That's why the Bible used the word in 1 Corinthians 61 and that collection for the saint, meaning that it's collection for God's people. So you must account that money, you must share it for God people. The church in the Bible read, they were even coming selling their plot, sharing. You have excessive land, you go and share, sell. Go read the book of Acts, they sell and they share. The widows were being looked. That's even why the apostles say, will not touch us money. They look for deacons whom they were sharing according to everyone's need. Today, even you go and read even Deuteronomy chapter 14 that talks about giving of tithe, where it is even said that you sit in Jerusalem and eat your tithe and your family. As all these Pentecostals have ever eaten their tithe, it is there written. No pastor will want to preach that one. They have never preached it. It is only Malachi. Give, or something will happen to you. Your hair will be shaved. Your ear will be removed. Your hand will be gone. Give, or if you don't give, you will be poor. You will be this. The richest people on earth, are they giving tithe? Don't they give tithe? Does Bill Gates give tithe? Why are they doing this to our people? I'm always on the basis that Christianity in Africa has become a scam, because the African man, look at.
No, but we cannot generalize too. Right?
I am saying this. Take it anywhere and take me on any panel anywhere, and I will defend this with fact. Europe, they don't do this. That's why you see they carry missions in Africa. Do you know that the highest people who carry missions in Africa are mostly Americans and Europeans? Because they hold their money, they see their money, they send people for mission, and they instead come here and help poor people. And then our own people that were living with them, they tell us that they're sending their own money to God. Who are you fooling? You are sending to God? Where? Which plane takes it to heaven? To which bank that it goes to heaven? So I'm saying that this excessive has ruined Christianity, has destroyed Christianity, the fabric of what Christianity was supposed to be, which is for humanity, for development of humanity, for the care of the less privileged. You think God is wise man, eh? He made the church in a way that when the rich come, they give the money, and then when they collect, they now identify those who are poor and give with them. That is how wealth is now transferred to everybody. And at the end, the Bible will say there was no poor among them. Why do you think so? Because others who have were able to give to others who don't have. If there are no poor among us, how will we do benevolence? How will we do this? Do you know that even the church, when Paul, let me speak my mind today. Do you know that today your brother will die, the church will come and work money on your brother who's dead? Funeral offering, don't give it to the family. Pastors to collect and go and chop and enjoy with his family. So what does the church help you in what? When if your brother dies, the first thing they ask, how is his cat? You come and show it. If it's a wrong market, they say, bring, you must mark it, you feel it first. And the pastor give my transport, he comes there, make after funeral, he collect the funeral offering. There are very few churches in this town that know who collect money during funeral offering and give it to the family. Most of these main churches, which are men in only taking, they take your money, they go with the money, go and enjoy their life, and you still go and look for a special place to feed them, to give them drinks. Mean that the church has ended in a place where it is for the few. That is why today there is infighting in church, because everyone knows that when you get at the top, you are the one who control all the resources and you enjoy alone. That is why there is infighting, killing within the church. If you take away money, you will see that there will be dick room. Everything will come back to normal. But this is the problem. But I'm saying that these are the things that as people we should look at it carefully. I'm talking as a pastor. I'm talking as someone who knows the Bible. I'm talking as someone who has read the Bible. I'm talking as someone who lives among the people. And that's my lifestyle. Church money is for church people. Let it be the poor among us. Let's take that money and share. If we like, we even go and take our church offering and eat, all of us, and go to our house.